This lesson is about the REACH method for doing relationship network deep canvassing, and it's designed for people of color, primarily Black, but not just them, who want to influence people in their network who are left-leaning voters, but who may or may not vote. The challenge step is a part of the method where you try to use storytelling to convey to the other person why you feel about voting like you feel. So the core of it is to tell one or more stories that convey that illustrate why you feel like that. So it might be a story of when you did not participate in something and regretted it. You didn't vote and a candidate got elected and did things you didn't like. Or maybe you didn't participate in some sort of process. It doesn't have to be voting necessarily, that would have helped you achieve a goal and you didn't do it. Or maybe it's a story of participating and it did work out. Or maybe you have a powerful story of going from opting out to opting in and benefiting from that. It might be a secondhand story for somebody else. It might be a time where you, for some reason, got motivated to vote for a felon you knew who couldn't vote, or you voted because your grandmama couldn't vote anymore because she's gone on to glory. The point is, you want to tell a real story that helps the other person understand that you have had experiences that the lesson of which is it's useful to participate. Now, even though this is overall a storytelling-based strategy, the occasional fact might be helpful. So for example, maybe you have told them that 80 million people didn't vote, but humans are pack animals, and 67% of people did vote in the 2020 election. And so people like to be with the majority. Or the fact that in 2022, white Americans voted at a higher rate than non-white Americans in every state except Hawaii. That fact might be relevant to them. The point is that you want to show them that you think that there's a connection between achieving what you want and voting, and you have a story or stories about that. So you want to make that connection so that they understand that even though you acknowledged in the agree step that you think they're not crazy, there's other ways of looking at that, and you have an experience to share that might help them see that. You're not trying to browbeat them with superior logic. You're trying to invite them through a story. Some people vote because they think there's a connection between their concerns and the election, even if it's indirect or takes a few steps. So you can browbeat them into that, or you can say, well, you told me you care about this. If there was a connection between that concern and the election, how might that look? Now, you might have it in your head, but it is sometimes useful to get them to try to make the connection. Again, you can beat the horse to get them to the water, or you can just lead them to the water gently so they enjoy their drink a little bit more. The key to this method is not logic, it's storytelling that tries to gently nudge them toward the conclusion that you want them to get to, which is that voting is reasonably related to their concerns and that maybe it is a good idea to vote. If you like the content of this video, please press like or subscribe, because that helps the algorithm push it out to more people who might want to see it. Anything you do in support, whether it's a like or a subscribe or a share or even a small financial contribution to this self-funded project, is helpful in making sure we can continue this important work of spreading compassion for the sake of democracy.